Hi, this is Ron Edwards, Master Sommelier and Director of Wine Education at Winebo Fine Wine and Spirits. Today we're going to taste something a little unusual, sparkling wine from Provence. Not only sparkling wine, but this is actually traditional method, méthode traditionnelle, sparkling wine from the area around Lalande, which is one of the sub-districts of the Côte de Provence. The producer in mind here is Figuiere. It's a property that was taken over by the Colombar family in 1992, and their history started in Chablis. The winemaking is fantastic. The vineyards are on schist, and this is a very interesting idea for traditional method sparkling wine. It's 50% Grenache and 50% Cinsault. Pressed off gently, just enough to get the rosé color, fermented in stainless steel, second fermentation in the bottle. It happens to be vegan, which is pretty awesome. And the whole farm is done organic. So we have all of that, at least the grape growing is in the organic range. Let's find out what we should expect from a traditional method sparkling wine that's rosé and from Côte de Provence. First of all, the color is that really light salmon. I think the color they use in Provence is pêche or peach, but it's gorgeous. The first thing that hits you in the nose is how much like champagne it smells. It's got that little thread of yeast, and the black grapes involved give it that tone of cocoa powder like you would get out of Pinot Noir in champagne. But it is different. It has a little bit more of a saline, salty edge to the nose, which makes sense because a lot of these vineyards are within just a short breeze of the ocean, the Mediterranean Sea. It has a combination of strawberry and ripe tree fruits like pear. Has a really nice brioche note mixed in with all of that, as well as a lift of like raspberry. And there's a citrus element here, maybe Meyer lemon or even tangerine. One thing's for sure, it smells super inviting. It smells like it's supposed to for a méthode traditionnelle rosé, and let's just taste it and find out what's going on. The mousse, the texture of the wine, the bubbles are well integrated. They do burst early, but then they turn into a very soft, lush texture in the palate, which is really what I'm looking for in sparkling wine, is that the bubbles are super well integrated to the flavor, so they're not jumping out at you. Definitely here. And then the flavor comes through, and it's all the things I mentioned plus a couple of things. There's a little bit of a really cool aromatic herbal side to this wine, which is unexpected. And then there's the cocoa powder, and there's strawberry and tart cherry, some raspberry essence alongside of pear. Quince, I think, is what's coming through to me now. And then there is that mix between brioche and just rising bread dough, which is classic for this methodology. I think let's taste it again. Another note for people who are keeping track of this wine is super dry. The tech sheet is 3.3 grams per liter residual sugar, which in a sparkling wine means extra brut, and it really reflects that. This is definitely a gastronomic glass of sparkling wine. It'll taste good as an aperitif, but it would also do really well just sitting there on the table for dinner, which I think is a missed opportunity for most people with sparkling wine, is they don't think of this as a wine that should go on the table like any other wine. And this one definitely qualifies as that. It would be so fabulous with just, a classic fish dinner, or a roasted chicken and red skin potatoes accented with rosemary. Those would be delightful with this wine. Point of the discussion is, look, another great source of traditional method sparkling wine is available to you in the form of Figuiere Atmosphere, Méthode Traditionnelle 2020. Go out and find a bottle.